This is Sports Drive.
Welcome back into Sports Drive. I'm your host, Preston Moore, joined alongside our News Channel 10 Sports Wrap-Up Pick'ems panel. Zach Woodard, not Maya Kitchens, sorry, that's Mike Roden. I have just gotten names confused left and right today. I think I put Mike's name over Zach a little bit ago, and I just didn't say anything about it. So that's Mike Roden, and obviously Lance Lonnert joining as well. Guys, I mentioned it before the break. We've got one more game to pick. It's not our game of the week, but it sure would be if there wasn't something big going on up in Pampa. That being said, this game's going to be a good one. Dalhart and Perryton. This also, might I mentioned that Bushland and Canadian has been our game of the week for the past 2 years in the week that they met. Last year, when Dalhart and Perryton met, this was our game of the week. So this is a very good game, and I think it'll be an even better game this year than it was last year. The story of week one, the two major stories coming out of week one, number one was the Paladuro Dons, and maybe number 1B was the Perryton Rangers taking on Canyon and defeating them. Now they've got another purple team coming for them on the other sideline, and this one just as good, I would say, because they are coming off of quite a win as well in the Dalhart Golden Wolves, and the Wolves have quite a lot of starters back this year. They're looking strong, and Kyler Reed, I think we need to mention him because he is an absolutely fantastic athlete that they have out at quarterback, and it's going to be very hard to defeat any offense led by him. But that being said, Perryton's coming off of one of their biggest wins in quite some time. We'll start it off this time. We will start off. Mike, I think we're going to start it off with you. We haven't started off with you yet. So that being said, Mike, who do you have? Dalhart and Perryton. This one is in Dalhart. So Perryton picked up their big win at home last week. Now they're on the road.
They are on the road. I think that might play a little bit of a factor in the outcome. What can you say that hasn't already been said about Perryton? I don't think anybody expected what happened in that ball game with Canyon last week. Not just the fact that Perryton pulled the upset, but the way it happened and the shootout and the 2-point going for two at the end. It was just storybook, kind of thing for Perryton with all that community and that school have been through. So you had to feel good for the Rangers. I mean, I don't think, I know Canyon, we definitely respect them and what Todd Winfrey does there, but I think, you have to feel good for Perryton and what happened for them last week. And, they didn't just luck out. I mean, they played. In fact, the broadcasters who did the game, Lucas Kinsey and Bryce Sheets, they've seen some football in their time, and they both commented, hey, Perryton is really good. They, in fact, are a very talented team, and they showed it. And we knew about Cooper Schilling, but he performed even, I think, a step above what he did last season. I mean, it was, as I said, was storybook stuff. Now, can they follow that up against a very good team on the road? And that's Dalhart. Dalhart whipped Levelland 55-27, and Kyler Reed doing his thing, over 300 total yards of offense for the quarterback. He had, I think, a hand in 5 touchdowns in that ball game. And he's also got some other people around him that I think Dalhart, if they were just in a different district, they'd probably be the district favorite. But, they're in there with a couple of tough customers in Bushland and Shallowater. So I'm going to lean with Dalhart at home. I'm going to take Kyler Reed and Dalhart at home.
Mike is going with Dalhart. I should mention last year this game was played in Perryton and Dalhart won by a score of 33-30. So Perryton may be also looking for revenge in this one. Lance, we'll go to you with our next pick. Who do you have? This one again in Dalhart, the Golden Wolves taking on the Rangers.
Yeah, this is my anything you can do, I can do better game of the night with Kyler Reed and Cooper Schilling. I mean, my gosh, dual threat quarterbacks. Mike mentioned it. Cooper was amazing to hand him the ball, 22 seconds left, game on the line, 2-point conversion, and basically got stopped and then fought his way into the end zone. That says a lot about the young man. But, I mean, the numbers speak for himself. He threw for 198 and 3 touchdowns last week. He ran for 184 and a touchdown. And then you have Kyler Reed, the senior on that side, who these guys are identical, really, a bruiser of a runner. If you see Kyler, and he's on the other side on defense as well. So
he's big. He's big.
Yeah, he's big.
I don't want to cut you off, but when I was out there for Dalhart's countdown to kickoff, I feel like we say this about high school stars a lot, but man, you know, he walks up to you and you're just like, whoa, you're a high schooler. I would not want to be on the other side of the line of scrimmage from Kyler Reed.
Yeah, no, but he threw for 284. So I think you're going to see a great game. If you're a fan of this, you're going to say, oh my gosh, what Cooper just say? Wait, Kyler just topped that. No, Cooper, Kyler. For me, you go with the vet. You go with senior Kyler Reed in this one. Playing for dad at home. They want this win bad, off to a great start. I think it's going to be a great high school football game. And to you guys' point real quick on Mike, I like that. Perryton was the feel-good story of week 1. Shout out to that team for coming up and getting the job done like they did. So a way to go. Josh Hernandez is the first-year coach here. First high school game he's ever been a varsity coach in. But I'm going to lean towards Dalhart, and it's going to be a shootout, kind of like last year, 33-30. I'll go 38-35, Dalhart.
All right, we got 2 votes for Dalhart so far. Zach, we'll throw it to you. Zach, you've been out at Perryton for a number of stories so far. You've actually probably covered Perryton more than a lot of the other schools in your time here. So you know a little bit about the Rangers. So we'll take it to you. Who do you have in this one up in Dalhart?
Yeah, I mean, I think the word to describe these 2 teams is just special. You know, I think that we've kind of hit on all of them. That was a very special win for Perryton over Canyon. And this is a special year for Dalhart with Coach Reed and Kyler, and one last ride with his senior year, and wanting to make it as special as they can. That's definitely something that's been on their mind. And I mean, you're just going to see 2 great teams that are going to meet on the gridiron. Cooper Schilling was just, I think he was better than anybody anticipated. When I talked to Josh Hernandez, he said, you're going to have to break this kid in half if you want to stop him, because he is just go, 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 and he will not stop. I mean, we saw it on that 2-point conversion, and this is going to be a heavy-hitting game. Hernandez said that he's like, giving up 44 points and 500 yards typically doesn't win you a ball game. But, they pulled it out at the end, so he's very well aware that Canyon came with very good intentions, and they played a very great game, but Perryton was just able to edge him a little bit. I think they take this win into next week. Me and Mike are going to disagree on all 3 of these, so we could have a 3-0. I got to ride with the Perryton Rangers. Maybe it's because I did their countdown to kickoff, and I did the same thing for Paula Duro, so I might be finding a common theme here. So, but give me the Perryton Rangers in a very, very close game.
All right, Zach's going with Perryton. Real quick, we're running out of time. Alyssa and Maya both also went with Perryton, as will I. I'm going to roll with the Rangers in this one. We'll be right back. You guys, thank you for coming on and doing some pick'ems with us. Always, always, always a pleasure. If you want to see the results of these games, you can go Friday night at 11, wherever you're watching this show right now. Come back. You'll see us there, and we'll see who can dethrone Zach Woodard, if anybody can, in week 2. But I give it by at least week 4. I'm gonna call my shot right now. I'll get you by week 4. We'll be right back to wrap things up on Sports Drive here in just a moment.